Okay, so why is this video, you must have seen in the thumbnail, why is this video in 10th standard channel? Okay, why this video is in 10th standard channel is because I understand that a whole lot of students have a lot of difficulty in the basic construction. So this is one video where I am going to take up construction from the very basics, all the angles and bisection of lines and angles. So let's quickly start. First, how do we bisect an angle? Okay, bisect an angle. Okay, if you are bisecting an angle, then means if I have an angle which is 45 degree, here we have an angle which is a 45 degree, angle ABC. This angle is 45 degree. Now I want to cut it into half without a protractor. Without a protractor, I want to cut it into half. Now what will I do? I'll take my compass and fix it here, the sharp end. I'll fix it here and I'll pull it little bit. I'll pull the pencil end little bit and I'll draw, and on fixing it here, this as the center, I'll make a radius of any comfortable radius. Don't take the radius too small. If you take the radius too small, then what will happen is you'll not be able to draw the arc properly. Now once it has been made, fix your compass here. Okay, fix your compass here and pull the pencil end till here. That means measure this by holding the compass here and here, pencil here and the pin end, the pointed end here. Okay, so you measure this opening. Now what do? You with the same radius, you fix it here and cut an arc here. With the same radius, don't change the radius, cut an arc here. Now remember, some books will tell you more than half of this arc, some books will tell you take it till here. So it is okay to be sure, you just take it till here. Okay, so you take it till here and then measure the radius that you have to take. Cut an arc from here, same radius, cut an arc from here. This point and this point, I have told you in my earlier videos that in order to draw a line, you need at least 2 points. So this is the line. Here if this angle was a 45 or supposing it was a 60, then I get a 30 degrees and a 30 degrees. It applies for obtuse angles also. If supposing I have a 120 degree, okay, then here, from here I'll have to measure this opening, I'll have to fix it here and bring the pencil till here, and then with the same radius cut arcs like this, join. Okay, I get my 60 degree and my 60 degree. This is called bisecting an angle. This line is called the angular bisector. So when you are doing, actually when you are doing inscribing a circle, circumscribing a circle, you need this. You need the angular bisector. You need it for the hexagon also. You need it for the triangle also. So in both cases, this is how you do it. This is how you bisect an angle of a triangle. Okay, so if you have the triangle over here, if you have the triangle like this, then you'll just have to make an arc like this and then measure from here to here with the same radius arc, here. This is angular bisector. Same thing, repeat for this. Okay, so this was angular bisector. Now the next thing that we are going to do is perpendicular bisector of a line. Okay, perpendicular bisector of a line. Okay, perpendicular bisector, you get firstly perpendicular means the line, if you have a line, the other line will be at 90 degrees also and it will cut it into 2 equal parts also. Bisector, cutting it into 2 equal parts, perpendicular, that is it is at 90 degree. So this has many uses. You need it for circumscribing. Okay, for the getting the circumcenter in your construction questions in 10th ICSE, you get it. So here, how to draw the perpendicular bisector? When you have a straight line, supposing the length of this is a 10 centimeter, you draw this with 10 centimeter. Now you want to get it 5 and 5. Okay, you want to get it as 5 and 5, how to do it? Now fix your compass here, pull your pencil till here, that is more than half of the line. Okay, so fix your compass here, pull your pencil till here, and then what do? You So you measure, take a radius of more than half of the line from here, arc here and arc here. Same radius, don't change the radius, cut the previous arcs. These 2 points are to be joined. Okay, this is generally taught in 6th or 7th standard, but then I am doing it now because what I am feeling is that lot of doubts still exist for this perpendicular bisector. So this is my perpendicular bisector. This is at 90 degree, and as I said, now I have 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. Okay, it has many uses for drawing rhombus and all that. There's a lot of use. Okay, so this was my perpendicular bisector. Now we'll see how many types of perpendicular we are going to draw. Now we are going to make a right angle. Okay, now this is also perpendicular only, right angle at a given point. Okay, so here we decide where the right angle is going to be. So we draw a straight line and we say at this point P I want my 90 degree. So this is the difference. The previous one we got the 90 degree at the midpoint. So wherever the midpoint is, there we'll get a right angle. Here we tell them, okay, 2 centimeter from the end, this end of the line we get a 90 degree. From here fix your compass, make a comfortable, take a comfortable radius and make, sometimes when you take the radius very small, no, the compass doesn't work. Okay, so you have to take about 2 to 3 centimeters of radius for an arc and make an arc here. Okay, make a semicircle. Don't change the radius. From here, fix it here with the same radius, mark an arc here. Fix it here now with the same radius, mark an arc. Actually, when you do it with the same radius, this whole semicircle gets divided into 3 parts. Now this is from this point, no changing radius, arc. From this point, no changing radius, arc. Now here it goes. Okay, so this is your 90 degree. Now here it goes. So this is your 90 degree at a particular point. So we decided this point P. We decided to get the 90 degree here. So this is the right angle at the point P. Now the next one will be drawing a perpendicular from an external point. Okay, drawing a perpendicular from an external point. Now this is, what is this? Drawing a perpendicular from an external point. This is what you need when you are drawing an incircle inside a hexagon or an incircle inside a when you draw an incircle inside a triangle. Okay, now you have a point here and you have a line here. Okay, exactly this you had in that incircle thing. From here, take a radius which is little big. Okay, this time the radius has to be little big and it should cut the line like this at 2 points. Okay, so it is cutting here and here. These are the 2 required points. What we do now is, with the same radius, mark an arc here. With the same radius, cut the previous arc here. These are our 2 points. Okay, we will join these 2 points. When we join these 2 points, we get a 90 degree on this line. Okay, we get a 90 degree on this line from an external point P. That is exactly what we were doing. We had a triangle and we got the incenter. From the incenter we were doing this, remember? Okay, from the incenter this is what I am trying to tell you. Okay, this is where this comes into use. Same thing is useful in hexagon also. Okay, so drawing a perpendicular from an external point. So what we did is, we did 3 types of right angles. One from an external point, one is a perpendicular and also a bisector, and the third one, what did we do? Third one is right angle at a particular point. Okay, now what we are going to do is, we are going to learn how to make a 90 degree we just made. Okay, so maybe we will learn how to make 120 degree, we'll learn how to make 60 degree, 45 degree, okay. So, or you can say 30 degree. So these angles, how to make these angles? Very simple. Now remember, any angle which is a multiple of 15, like 30, 15, 30, 45, 60, these are all multiples of 15, right? 75, then we'll make 75 also today, 90, and then 105, 120, 135, okay, and 150. These are the angles which are, it is possible to draw these angles, construct these angles without a protractor. Okay, if 46 comes or 48 comes or 50 degree comes, we have to use a protractor. So just in case they give these angles 60, 20, 30, 120, all these, we will be using a protractor to get it. Okay, so here let's see, let's start with the first one. 120, straight line, point P. Okay, arc here with comfortable radius, not arc, I should say semicircle with the same radius. Fix your compass here, mark an arc, same radius, fix your compass here, mark an arc. Okay, and okay, and now this is the arc. If you want a right open 120, means sometimes the triangle will want 120 to this side. Okay, then join this. This is also important. Okay, so you get your 120. But then sometimes the triangle might want a 120 on the other side. Okay, that means you will get a, you want to draw the triangle like this, where this is 120. This is a left open 120. How to draw that? Very, very simple, is you just have to draw the same diagram, make a semicircle here, here, and if you join this point to this point, this arc, then this becomes your left open 120 degree. Okay, so depending on the use, depending on your question, you will have to take it very carefully. Okay, now this, let's go for 60 degree. 60 degree is even simpler. Point P, semicircle with comfortable radius, arc with the same radius, arc with the same radius. Now this is the point which gives us the right open 60 degree. As I said, this also you can join this and you can get a left open 60 degree. If you join with this point, it becomes a left open 60 degree and the angle this side becomes the right open 120 degree. Okay, now if you want a 30 degree, let's assume you want a 30 degree. Just before this I taught you to make angular bisector. So angular bisector, draw that arc, measure the distance with the same radius, cut arcs here. Here goes my 30 degree. And on further bisection once more for this 30 degree, I can bisect the 30 degree once more and get my 15 degree like this. Okay, so like this I can get 7.5 also. So let's go for 45 degree. Now 45 is even simpler. Just now I taught you to make the 90 degree. Remember, just now the right angle I wrote at a fixed point. So this is the point P. Now this angle is definitely 90. If I bisect this, so fix your compass here, measure till here. This arc is already made, you don't have to make. Measure till here with the same radius, mark arc. From here, fix it, mark an arc. Here goes. So this is 45 degree. Yeah, you can further, now you know angle bisection, you can further bisect and you can get your 22.5 degree as well. Okay, so how to get 75? Sometimes it comes in some triangles, how to get a 75 degree. Now here, this is, you make the semicircle and this is, you make your 90 also. Okay, you make the 90 also. And now this is your 90 degree and now this is your 120. Between 120 and 90 you have 30 degrees. Okay, so and between the 60 and 90 there also you have 30. So 60 to 90 is a 30 degrees gap. If I bisect that, I get 15 on this side and 15 on that side, right, for this angle. So here I am going to first I am going to make the, I can use this arc also. From here to here I will bisect. Okay, I will measure this and I will make an arc here. From here I will fix the I'll measure this and fix the compass here, make an arc there with the same radius, like angular bisection. Basically what am I doing? I am bisecting this angle which is a 30 degrees. Okay, this much is 60, so this is a 30. I am bisecting 30 to get 15. Now from here again arc with the same radius, join this point and you will get a, this becomes your another 15. So here to here becomes 75 degree. Okay, so it comes in, if it comes in any triangle you should be able to construct it. Okay, now here On the other hand, now remember, all these angles can be made with a protractor, but then it is very little acceptable. It is better not to use a protractor for these angles which are multiples of 15. You might not get your marks. Okay. Now if this is 120, supposing this one is 120, then I want a 135. Then I should bisect this angle. Okay, because this is 120 to 180. Sorry, this is 150. Okay, so 120 and this is 60. I am bisecting 60. I get 30 here. So here to here becomes my 150 degree. Okay, if I bisect this further, I'll get my 135 on that side. I can get that. This is my 135. Okay, so like this we can get all angles which are multiples of 15. So I hope you will remember these things and do a little bit of practice before your exams. These are not that easy that you can do it straight in your exams. Okay, in order to remember, you need little bit of practice. Okay, another thing is I am going to upload another video on construction of triangles, because your construction chapter has a lot of triangle construction. Okay, and so your construction of triangles, when various types of values are given, sometimes two angles, sometimes one angle, two sides, sometimes only sides. Okay, sometimes median is given. Okay, so with all that, how do we construct triangles? I'm going to upload a video very soon. So see to it that you have subscribed the channel, and also leave a comment behind. Tell me what exactly you want me to upload from your syllabus, and I'll do that for you. Okay, so and also I have another channel which is Maths Made Easy Academy. Okay, so it is Maths Made Easy Academy. Okay, that is the other channel. Now here in this channel, okay, in this channel you will be getting lots of videos starting from 6th standard to 11th standard. Okay, in physics, chemistry and maths. So you will get the link of this in the channel page. In this main channel page you will get the link. Okay, so you can go and visit the channel. Okay, there's one more thing that I was wanting to ask you all. Now there has been many people who has been commenting. They have been asking me to start an online course. Okay, if you really want me to start an online course in maths, physics and chemistry, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let me see how many of you agree for an online course, or how many of you want revision before your exams. In that case, I can go for an online course. So first let me know in the comments. Thanks all of you. Bye then.